Very interesting indeed, and one can't, we can't ignore the fact that blackouts might have a significant impact on these statistics.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm sure you feel it as well when I come home from work and I speak to my wife and we're thinking about cooking something and there's no electricity. You know, cooking in the dark, eating in the dark is no fun for anyone. So it's quite often easier just to call up one of the food aggregators, get food delivered, or just take the kids and head out to a quick meal at a sit-down restaurant. Absolutely.
I also wonder, in your findings, whether the cost of living plays a role in this. With the cost of electricity, I personally sometimes find that it is cheaper to buy sometimes very bad fast food than it is to actually switch on my stove and cook it myself.
Yeah, I mean, we did some research on that a few years back. We should probably do it again. But we looked at the cost of cooking a bucket of chicken with some French fries and some salad. And you can certainly, back then, get it cheaper just by going into KFC. Obviously, they work in bulk and they've got economies of scale. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't work out. If it does work out at all, it's not much cheaper to kind of do it at home. And then you're not even factoring in your time, which you could have been doing with that time, spending with your kids, doing a bit of work, cleaning the house, you know, all the things that you could have done instead of cooking a meal.
I would also like to know whether the research just took into account your mainstream takeaways or whether the informal traders were also taken into account.
So the informal traders are taken into account, but they don't feature in the data as much as sort of your McDonald's and your Nando's and obviously the market leader KFC. But there are some new sort of, you know, entrants into the market in the last few years like Nyama and others who are obviously formal, but kind of trading off that sort of informal vibe and way of eating.